Hi friends, welcome to Amazon World. In this video, I'll be explaining illustration number 4 of hire purchase and installment system. So illustration number 4 includes some concepts from financial management which we will learn in group 2. So if you guys have already learned the concepts of financial management of group 2, then this question is going to be easier for you. Okay, fine. So before going to this question, let's just read this para which they have given. So this is a situation 4 when reference to annuity table rate of interest and installments are given but total cash price is not given. In a particular question, if cash price is not given but interest as well as rate of interest as well as installments are given us, annuity table rate of interest and installments are given us, how are we going to calculate? So that in such cases, what we are going to do? In such questions, reference to annuity table gives the present value of the annuity for a number of years at a certain rate of interest. This present worth is equal to total cash price. Therefore, with the help of annuity tables, the total cash price of the total installments given can be calculated and then question can be solved by the first method. So, I'm going to explain about the concept which we'll learn in financial management briefly in this question so that you will be able to understand it clearly. Fine. What do you think will be the value of rupees 1 of 2023 becomes in 2026? The value of 1 rupee will reduce, right? But if you are going to invest this rupees 1 rupee, if you are going to invest this rupee 1 in anywhere, we will get to have the interest. So we'll get more money. That is, for example, if I have rupees 10,000 in my hand, I have rupees 10,000 in my hand and I'm going to deposit it into my savings account. Let me say I'm going to get interest at rate 10%. That means I will get interest of rupees 1,000. That means now together how much money will be there? 11,000 money will be there after earning the interest for that particular year. We'll get rupees 11,000 including the interest. But if I was going to keep this 10,000 in my hand, will we earn this interest? No, we are not gonna earn this interest. So that means, and if I'm not thinking to deposit this amount anywhere, I'm just thinking to keep that money to myself without depositing or without investing in anywhere. What will happen to this rupees 10,000? After each passing year, the purchasing value of this 10,000 will reduce due to inflation. Okay, so there are two concepts here, present value and future value. That means in such questions you will get to see, for example, let me say I deposited rupees 10,000 into the bank for 5 years. So how much money am I going to get? How much money I'm going to get after 5 years? So let's take the interest rate as 10%. So the first year 10,000 is the present value, that is I'm going to invest this today. I want to know what will be the amount after 5 years. Okay, so we have already told that interest rate is 10%. So this is what we call as present value factor. Okay, so the present value factors will be written below. So 10,000 is the amount which we have deposited and 10% is the interest rate. After the first year, what happens? 10,000 at the end of the first year, what happens? First year end, what happens? This becomes how much? 10,000 plus 10%, that is 1,000. It will become 11,000, right? At the end of second year, what happened? 11,000 into 10%. The amount compounding will come, right? Compounding will come. So this 10% will be applied onto this 11,000 now. Okay, so let's just see. So after applying 10% on this 11,000, what will be the amount of interest? Amount of interest will be 1,100. So 11,000 plus 1,100. What will be the amount on the year end of second? What will be the amount during the second year end? 12,100 will be the amount. Now again, third year end, fourth year end and fifth year end. Okay, so what will be the amount in the third year end? It will become 12,100 into 10% you have to say. So we'll get 1210. So 12,100 plus 1210. So we will get 13,310. Again, continue like this. So we will get 414,641 plus 16105. So the fifth year end we'll get this amount 16,105. So I want to see like what we did here. We took a lot of time for this, right? We compounded. For the first year end we got 11,000. In the second year end, including the interest, we got 12,100. On the third year, after earning interest on the amount, 13,310 we got. Then we got 14,641. Then we got 16,105, right? So the same thing we are going to get after we apply a particular equation. It is a formula. So actually we can learn it like this also. So this is the formula in order to find the future value. Future value is equal to present value. Present value is 10,000, right? So 10,000 1 plus R. That is in this question our R was 10%. Okay, so R raised to how many years were there? 5 years were there. So raised to 5. Okay, so if we are going to apply this thing on this formula, we'll get this 16,105. Let's find out. Okay, so we want to know what is the future value after 5 years. If you are going to deposit rupees 10,000 today, okay, so 10,000 is the present value. That is the amount which is today. It is today's value. So that is this 10,000 will called as how much? This 10,000 will call as present value. So let's see. We have written 1 plus 10%, right? So 10% will be written as 0.10 plus 1. We'll get 1.1, right? So 1.10 into ones. So when we press this into, we have to count 1 and then we have to press equal to. So 2 equal to 3 equal to 4 equal to 5. So we have calculated 5 years. Right? Now what we have to do is we have to again press the into sign, and what is the present value? 10,000. So 10,000 we'll get what? The same amount which we got. Okay, the same amount which we got is now appearing on our calculator. So this is the formula. If you learn about this elaborately when you come to financial management group 2. Okay, so now I'm just briefly telling you now. So can we also find present value with the same formula? Yes, we can find. If in the question they have given us future value, how are we going to find the present value? Let's just reorder this formula and we'll get to understand how. Okay, that is, we know after 5 years we are going to get 16,105 and the interest rate is 10%, but we don't know what is the amount which we have to deposit today. That is, if I want to get 16,105 after 5 years for the interest rate 10%, how much should the amount which how much should be the amount which I invest today? Okay, so in order to find that, let's see how to find PV. So here there is FE. We go to know what is FE is. 16,105 is FE. Present value 1 plus R raised to R. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to take this here. This is the formula which I have written there, right? This is the formula to find the future value. Now I want to make this formula into I want to make this formula in such a way that I want to find present value now. If in the question they have given us future value and they have also given us a rate of interest, what I want to understand, I want to know what is the present value which I have to invest today, then you can reorder this. The same formula can be reordered so that we could find present value. Let's see. So future value, take this 1 plus R, that is PV into 1 plus R raised to 5, right? So what we are going to do? This is multiplication, right? When multiplication is taken to the other side of the equal to, what happens? It will become division. So FA divided by 1 plus R raised to 5 will get what? PV. So let's find out. We all know 16,105 is a future value. I want to see how much amount I should invest today so that I get 16,105 after 5 years for the interest rate 10%. So 1 plus 0.10 raised to 5. Let's see if we get the same present value as 10,000. Okay, let's see if you get present value is 10,000. So first thing I am going to do is, when we are going to calculate in our calculator, we have to do something. I'm just going to split this thing. Okay, I'm just going to split into 1 by 1 plus 0.10 raised to 5. This we can also write like this, right? So first I'm going to do this part first, and then only I'm just at the end only I'm going to multiply the particular amount with this 16,105. Fine. So I'm going to do this part first. The same thing can be splitted into like this. So the first thing I'm going to do in the calculator is this part, that is 1 divided by 1 plus 0.10 raised to 5. And after doing the calculation, at the end I'm just going to multiply it with 16,105. Only will then we can save time. Fine. So let's see how this is done. So first thing, clear the calculator. 1 divided by 1.10 equal to 1. Count 1 into count 1 equal to count 2 equal to count 3 equal to count 4 equal to count 5. So we have done it 5 times, right? Now into what is the future value? 16,105 into 16,105. Let's see if we're going to get 10,000. Okay. See, 9,999.9. That means we can round off it to 10,000. So we got present value is 10,000. So this is the formula. With the same formula, there is only need to learn one formula, and from that one formula you can derive the other formula too. That is, we can, with one formula we can also find future value, also we can find present value. Fine. So if you are going to understand this, then half of our explanation is good. Okay, so you have to get to understand at least this from what I have told. Even if you don't understand the concept which I have told, you will gonna learn it in financial management in group 2, so there is no worries. So for now, just concentrate on these two equations. Fine. Now, present value factor. So present value factors, that is, in order to see the present value factors, what we have to do? That is in this question. This question is about to see the present value. We will not explain about the future value. What we have to focus is on this formula. Fine. Let's see. So if I am going to take 10%, 1 divided by 1.10 into. So this is the present value factor for the first year. 0.909 for the first year. Present value factor for the first year. And if I want to see the second year present value, just press on equal to. So you'll get 0.826 equal to, you'll get the third year present value factor 7513 equal to 0.683 equal to 0.620. So you got the 5 years, each year's present value factor, which for the rate 10%. Now let's say for the first year, this is another example. Okay, a similar example. We will get to one. It will be easy for you. So let's say the cash flows. First year, I am going to invest rupees 1 lakh. So if I am going to invest rupees 1 lakh, I am going to invest rupees 1 lakh. Okay, that is, this is a cash outflow. Present value factors, each year's present value factor for the rate 10%. So if you, so what we will do for 7%, if the interest rate is 7%, how we are going to calculate the present value factor? 7 divided by 100 plus 1, that is 1.07 we have to take. That is 1 divided by 1.07 is what we have to take if it is 7%. And if it is 70%, let's say if it is 70%, what we are going to do? 1 divided by 1.70 you have to take. Okay, so there will be differences. Okay, and let's say if I am going to take how much? Let's say for 67 is the interest rate. So what should be the amount which I have to take in the calculator? 1 divided by 1.67 is what we have to take. Fine. And if it is 3, if it is 3%, 1 divided by 1.03 we have to take. If we are going to take 1.3, then it will become 30%. Fine. So this is how we are going to calculate. So I think that is clear for you. So we go to understand what is the present value factor for 10% each year. Now I'm just going to write an example. Let's say for the first year, second, third, fourth and fifth. 5 years are there. First year I got a cash inflow of 20,000, 30,000, 20,000, 40,000, 10,000. Okay, this is just an example. Fine. So today, present value, that is today I invested rupees 1 lakh, and after 1 year the question is saying after 1 year I'm going to get 20,000 as cash inflow. I'm going to get cash inflow of rupees 10,000, 20,000. At the end of second year I'll get 30,000, and the third year I'll get 20,000. So let's see, these values are actually future values, right? That is, today I've invested rupees 1 lakh, and it is said in the question after 1 year I'm going to receive 20,000. After the end of second year I'm going to get rupees 30,000. So aren't these the future values? I want to know what is the value of today. I want to know what is the value of this 20,000 today. So now I'm going to explain a simple example. Okay, now let's focus on this. Okay, so now let's focus on here. That is, today I invested rupees 1 lakh, and it is said after 1 year I'm going to receive 20,000. At the end of second year I'm going to receive 30,000. At the end of third year I'm going to receive 20,000, and so on. Okay, so today I have invested 1 lakh rupees. So this is already in present value. That is, present value means what? Today's value. What is the value today? Fine. What is future value? That is a value which I am going to get after 2 years. So these are future values. I want to know what are the present values of these. These are the future values, right? Today is 1 lakh. After 1 year only I am going to get rupees 20,000, which is future value for now. I want to know what is the present value of this 20,000. I want to know the present value of 30,000, 20,000, 40,000, 10,000. So what I am going to do? And it is already, we have already found the discounting factors, right? We have already found discounting factors for each year. So let's see, 20,000 into 0.909. If I am going to do this, what happens? I will get the present value for the present value cash inflow for the first year, that is 18180. For the second year, what happens? 30,000 into 0.826 equal to 24,780, and again 20,000 into 0.7513, I got 15026. So I got cash flows of each, that is 20,000, today's value is 18,180. So if I am going to see what is the present value of this 20,000 today, the present value, that is the value for today for this 20,000 will be 18,180. 30,000 we are going to get after second year end, right? So what is the value of this 30,000 today? When we calculated that, we got 24,780. So okay, so we got present value for each year. Now let me ask you, and that is, let's say cash flows. So this is another example. Okay, cash flows for each year is same, that is 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Let's say if there are 3 years. Okay, let's say if there is 3 years, and again our present value factor, let's change our interest rate to 50%. Okay, so 15%. So let's see what are the discounting factors. 1 divided by 1.15 into, I got for the first year 0.869 we can take, then equal to, I got the second year discounting factor equal to again 0.657 discounting factor for the third year, for the interest rate 50%. Okay, so see here, 10,000 into 0.869, I'll get 8,690 as the present value cash inflow. Okay, today's value of this 10,000 is 8,690. First year, second year, third year. Okay, the first year end I am going to receive 10,000. These three amounts are future values. So I am going to change these values into how much? I am going to change these values into present value. So once I did that, it became like this. These are the present value of these values. So once I add these together, what happens? 8690 plus 7560, 6570. I get 22,820. So in this question, you get to see that cash flows for each year are same. Future value of cash flows for each year is. Let me show you one thing. I am going to add these three together. Okay, 0.869 plus 0.756 plus 0.657. Together I got 2.282. Fine. Since each year the cash inflow is same, what I am going to do now is that let's do this one. 10,000 into 2.282. 10,000 into 2.282. Let's see what's the amount which I'm going to get. I got the same amount, right? But this cannot be. So what did I did now? I just took 10,000 because for each year we are having the same cash flow. So what I did was I just add these all together, and 10,000 into this amount, I got this amount, right? I saved some time. So what I did, I have already told you these are the discounting factors. When this all are to add together, so we will add all these together, and this amount is what we call as what? Annuity. This is the rate which we will call as annuity. Now, when will we do this annuity thing? We can only apply this annuity calculation if the cash flows are same for each year. In this question, we cannot do that because for each year we have got different cash flows, but in this question we have got same cash flows. So what I did was, to save time was, I add all these together and I multiplied 10,000 with this amount, so I got this one. This is what we call as annuity. So I hope this is clear to you. Now we are going to come to our question illustration number 4. You will get to see that on 1st January 2010, X purchased a plant from Y on hire purchase system. Okay, X purchased a plant for Y on hire purchase system. The hire purchase rate was settled at rupees 16,000. Payable as to rupees 15,000 on 1st January 2010. So it was on the same date that we are going to pay this 15,000. So what we have to analyze, what we have to assume, this 15,000 is a down payment which we are going to pay. Fine. And rupees 15,000 at the end of 3 successive years. So that means in each year I am going to pay 15,000 as installment. That is second, third. I am going to pay 15,000, 15,000, 15,000. Same cash flows. Okay. Each year. I have already paid 15,000 on the present. Okay. So interest was charged at 5% per annum. So interest rate is 5%. Asset was to be depreciated in the books of purchase at 10% per annum. On reducing balancing method gave the present value of an annuity of rupees 1 per annum at 5% interest is 2.7232. They have already given us annuity. They have already given us annuity. That is, this amount they have given us after adding all those discounting rate for the interest rate 5%. They have given us this annuity amount as 2.7232, and we all know that each year 15,000 is the amount which we are going to pay. 2.7232. Okay. Given the present value of an annuity of rupees 1 per annum at 5% interest is 2.7232. Now they are telling us to ascertain what is the cash price. That is, today what is the amount of cash price. Today present value of cash price is what we have to get. They have already told on 1st Jan 2010 they have already paid how much? 15,000 as down payment. Right? This we have to assume. Fine. And they have given us at the end of first year we are going to pay 15,000 as installment. So this becomes future value, right? At the end of second year we are going to pay 15,000. Third year also we are going to pay 15,000, and they have given us interest rate as 5%. And they have also given us an annuity table. They haven't given us each year's discounting factor. Instead they have given us this annuity. So what we are going to do? We have to find the present value. So this 15,000 is already on present. This 15,000 is already a present value because today's value what we are going to calculate. We have to calculate what is the today's value of this all together. Fine. So today's value, this down payment was paid on 1st January 2010. We have to find what is the value of this 15,000 on 1st January 2010 because this is being done how much? This is the end of first year. This is the end of second year. This is the end of third year. So what happens? These are all future values. These are all future values, and we are going to convert all these into a present value. So once I multiply this 15,000 with the annuity table, what happens? I get the total amount. And here you have to take a note that we will be not calculating this down payment because this 15,000 is already a present value. Okay, these amounts are not present value because this is being paid on at the end of first year, end of second year, end of third year, right? Yes. So we are going to calculate what is this amount or what is the total amount. Let's see. So what we have to do is what we have to do is 15,000 into 2.7232. This they have given us in the question itself. Equal to, I got how much? 40848. So this is the present value of all these together. all this together, that is once I multiply this 15,000 with 5% discounting rate for the first year, I'll get a particular year. That is what is the present value of this 15,000 today. What is the present value of this 15,000 today? Likewise. So after adding all these together, we got this. So instead of doing each by each, they have given us this annuity table directly in the question. So what it was that since each year cash flows are same, we multiplied it with, we did this one, 15,000 into 2.7232. We'll directly get this amount without adding, without multiplying. So this is easy, right? So we got 40,848. Fine. Now I've already told you this 50,000, that is down payment 15,000 is already on present value, right? So once we add these also, what we will get? We'll get the cash price, present value cash price. So 40848 plus 15,000, I got 55,848 as the cash price. So this will be the cash price. Understood? So this is what we did. This is the same calculation which they have shown us in the question also. Okay, so we know this 15,000 is already today's value. So is there any need to find the present value for this 15,000? No, because it is already on present value. But in case of this 15,000, this amount will be on 31st December 2010, right? Which is a future value. This is also future value. This is also future value, and I want to know what is the present value of these 15,000s. So what I did was, in the question they have given us the annuity value. I just multiplied this 15,000 with this so that I get this amount directly. Okay, and now this is the present value of all these 15,000 together. Okay, and this we got. Now we have to add this down payment 15,000 also into this so that we'll get the cash price. You all know cash price include total cash price is equal to down payment plus towards cash price portion. In each installment, right? So this is what we did in this question. I hope this question is clear for you. About the financial management concept, you will get to understand it clearly. So what we have to concentrate in this question was this formula, that is to find the present value. Then what we did was, we all know this is the amount which we are going to get in the future. But I want to know what is the value for this future value today. Because like ₹1 will not be having the same value in the future. It will be different, right? So I want to know what is the value for today. Since they have given us a value for the future, I want to know what is the value for today. What is the present value? So for that, what we did, we took the present value factors. And in this question, we have to take the annuity factor. That is, annuity is the addition, or you can say the sum of all present value factors for each year. Fine. And after multiplying, this annuity concept can only be applied if the cash flows are same for every year. But in this case, like for example, in this question, we cannot take annuity table concept because each year we have got different cash flow. So I think this question is clear for you. So it was one of our subscriber who suggested me to do this question and requested me to do this question. So I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you for watching and rock your studies.